Castle is a site steeped in history. In 2000, the property was designated a Century Farm, which the Commonwealth of Virginia officially recognizes as a farm continuously owned and operated by a single family for 100 years or more. Since 1899, the Barlow family has grown peanuts, soybeans, rye, and corn at Mount Castle. Today, beef cattle graze the fields and roam the property as well. The land was originally part of Edward Bennett's 1622 plantation, The Rocks, located on Burrell Bay. But ownership of this property can be traced back to 1685 when it was held by John Goodrich. Ownership has changed over the years, as have the property's size and boundaries. In 1872, the property was first referred to as Martin Castle, but there is no reference to the meaning behind the name. In 1899, when Joseph H. Barlow and his wife Alice purchased 446 acres, the name was changed.
Well, according to the history things, it was named Martin Castle, but Mr. Barlow didn't like that. He said it was like sitting up on a mountain. He named it Mount Castle. That's how the name got changed.
Barlow's 1928 will divided the property between his two sons, Gordon E. Barlow and J. Ray Barlow Sr. J. Ray was named the recipient of the Master Farmer Award in 1938, given by Progressive Farmer magazine and Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University. The award recognized him for his farming achievements and community service. In 1966, the home place was willed to J. Ray Barlow Jr. This portion of the farm holds the colonial dwelling. The barns at Mount Castle are still in use, and there are several dependencies still standing to the east of the home.
We have the original smokehouse is still here. There are two other buildings that's a little bit of a controversy as to what they were and are. The one on the back of the property was known as the kitchen at one time, and then a commissary, and now it's known as my laundry room.
Structural evidence shows that the Tidewater Cottage was built in stages, with the original in place by 1746. It has two chimneys, and some of the interior walls are as thick as an outside wall, 3 bricks in width. Over the years, the Barlow family has completed several remodeling projects on the main house, adding square footage to the living space.
We moved in about 1994-5. We stripped this house down. This dining room, everywhere had wallpaper, even on the ceiling. We had wallpaper on the ceiling. This room was the worst to get it off. It was on the ceiling, a layer of wallpaper, followed by a layer of oil-based paint, followed by another layer of wallpaper to get it down to the plaster. And the kitchen was redone completely. We have wooden cabinets in it now, but there were metal cabinets in it before.
The large dining room space, an earlier addition, has long been a gathering place during family get-togethers. The stairwell is handmade, and the rooms to the west, the oldest portion of the house, received special care during the remodeling process.
The windows in the living room and the 2 bedrooms upstairs are the original. You can see the Ripley glass in it where there was hand-blown glass. And when we redid this house, my son took all the windows out, all the panes out of the windows, took them down to a place in Norfolk where they strip them down, and then brought them back. We put the panes back in, putted them, and then painted them. But there's no sash in the windows. So if you want to raise the windows in the living room or the upstairs bedrooms, I have these little wooden dowels that you put under there to hold them up, and you can have different sized dowels depending on how you want to raise the window.
The exterior of the home has a high gabled roof with dormer windows on both the north and south sides of the house. During the Civil War, a Confederate encampment was situated in a back field near present-day Tormentors Lake. The lake was just a stream at that time, located only a short distance from Fort Boykin, where soldiers of the 3rd Virginia Regiment, 9th Virginia Infantry, 3rd Virginia Artillery, and Surrey Light Artillery were charged with protecting the southern shores of the lower portion of the James River. The family has discovered many traces of the camp on their property, as well as numerous artifacts. While a few now adorn the front entrance, other artifacts were not always deemed trustworthy.
We have those grape shots that were from the Civil War, and I've been told that one of them was found in this dining room wall. At one time, his mother got very upset about them because she was afraid they were going to explode. So she called the Fort Eustis demolition team to come get them. They took them away, and they didn't explode, but they didn't bring them back either. The one thing that's in there that they found in the back field, it's a piece of a harmonica. And the reason that I was told is that they liked their music. The harmonica was a small enough instrument they could put in their pockets. And so therefore that's what they had. So I think that's my favorite little piece in there.
Before focusing on cattle, the Barlows used to raise hogs and chickens. While those animals are no longer a mainstay, a special deer did take up residence for a time.
And that was our little Bambi. And Bambi we had a bell around her neck. Well, we had a German Shepherd dog. And the Bambi and the German Shepherd dog would wander up on Blunt's Corner Road. And every now and then, somebody up there, the Blunts would call, "Mr. Barlow, we think your dog and deer are up here." So Ray would go up and call them, and they'd come on back following him in the truck.
With the farm and the family for more than 100 years, so much of the family's history revolves around this site. Although what the Barlow family enjoys the most about Mount Castle is the serene beauty of the land.
The quietness, the beauty of it, watching my birds. Oh my goodness, I love my little birds. And the fact that it has been owned by our family, or my husband's family, should say, for over 100 years, and is still being farmed. Hope this rope doesn't break. Do we see any cows coming?